Okay, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but retyping things is like the worst thing ever. So if you do second enter, it types exactly what you had before. Second enter retypes all of that, and you can arrow over and just change what you need to change. So the next, you can do that too. Okay. So the next number I have is 10 as my n value. So right here, I need a 10 instead of just a 1, raised to the 10th power. When I plug in a 10, I get 2.594. Okay, you're going to repeat that process for all of these values of n. So do second enter and then change what you need to. Take attendance.
Because I passed these back, I put a C on all of these because they were completion. So I know that 10 on this one is not actually a C grade.
No, I have 2.7, 2.7.
I found it the other day.
So it didn't look like it.
No, it's not.
When you listen to rap songs,
No.
like, yeah, you do. Like, watching online, but.
I would.
He's on board.
I know.
Or maybe.
Another soccer player.
I've watched
They said they'd make the decision this week and that they'd announce it.
I don't know.
Announce it in the freshman orientation next week.
No, but he
They said to start announcing stuff.
this
Freshman orientation.
To me, it sounds like most of them. Yeah, I think, Let me start doing something. That sounds like,
Yeah, it might be 2.7. Oh, I
good, it would be good.
Like the assistant.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So did you just average it?
Oh,
man, I got it.
I didn't give a load.
So hopefully.
I need
Okay, so what happened?
It didn't increase my butt.
It didn't increase by much. Okay. Did you get 2.705 and 2.717? 2.718? Okay, does that look like what yours looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as n approaches infinity, the value of 1 plus 1 over n raised to the n power approaches 2.718. This value, this number is called E, and it's your natural base. Okay, this is the number E. You learned a new number today. You can go home and tell your parents you learned a new number, okay? Because they really care. All right. They're like, oh, okay, you learned about a new number. How did you not learn about that? All right, so I'm going to show you where this number is on your calculator. Okay, if you do second the division sign, second divide, and hit enter, 2.718281828. So that's the number E. If you're raising e to a power, like e squared or e to the third power, you can do second ln. So the button under the log button, second ln, raises e to a power. So you can do e squared, 7.389. The log button is on the left. Ln is the one underneath that. Second ln. Ln's right here. Okay, so that number exists on your calculator. And that is the natural base. Okay, there are logarithms with a base of e. If it is log base e, then they're going to write it as ln of a. That's an ln. It is the natural log. Ln, natural log. So anytime you see ln, that really means log base e. Those are the same thing. All of the properties of logarithms that exist for bases other than e are also going to exist for a base of e. Okay, so we have these log expressions right here. It says, given the expression, use the calculator to find log a divided by log b. This is that change of base formula we did right at the end the other day. Okay, so use your calculator. Do log of 20 divided by log of 3. You get 2.727. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the natural log instead. So we're going to do ln of 20 divided by ln of 3. Just ln.
Oh my God.
Don't tell me what happens.
Okay, you should get the same thing, 2.727. Okay, go ahead and do those next two without me. Okay, so check yours with the neighbor.
That's not how we raise these.
Okay, check mine with yours. Make sure I didn't make a mistake. Okay, so what can you conclude based on all of those things? They're all equal. So if you have log base b of a, that's going to equal log a divided by log b, which is going to be the same thing as ln a divided by ln b. And what does ln mean? Log base what? ln means natural log, and the natural log has a base of what? E, and what is E?
1 plus 1/n.
Exactly, which is about 2.718. All right, so we're going to do the examples on the back completely out of order because I don't like the order Mark did them in. So we're going to start with this one right here, ln x equals 3. The directions here, find the value of x in each of the log equations below by rewriting the equation as an exponential equation. So we have ln x equals 3, but what did we say ln is? It's log base e. So I need to rewrite this as an exponential equation. That's like what we did at the beginning of this lesson with all of the colors. So my base is e raised to the third power, because a log equals an exponent, is going to equal the argument right here, which is x. So x equals e to the third power. You're going to use your calculator, do second ln to raise e to the third power. And just as a general rule of thumb, always round to the nearest thousandth. So hopefully when you did that, you got about 20.086. Okay, now I want you to try that same thing with this one right here. Log base 3 of 2x plus 1 equals negative 3. You're going to rewrite it as an exponential equation and solve for x. If you want to work with your neighbor, that's fine. It's kind of intense after a morning of testing.
I did not actually.
Where is that little extra?
You know what?
I had to take it down for testing.
Yeah, that's what I. So one, no, man, you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
What do you get? 0.518.
How about as a fraction?
1.037 over 2.
No.
Are you?
Negative 0.4.
As a fraction?
I did.
Oh, we get to write it.
Yep, write it as a fraction. Okay, we're struggling, people. All right, what do you do with a negative exponent? You make it a fraction, so it's 1 over 3 to the third power. And what is 3 to the third power?
27.
So 1 over 27 equals 2x plus 1. Subtract 1. Whenever you do that, you get negative 26 over 27. Okay, you can divide by 2 or you can multiply by 1/2. So x equals negative 13 over 27. So those of you that were trying to do this in decimals, that was negative 0.481. Okay, but if you didn't have a calculator on this question, you would need to know how to do it without it.
Is this example gonna pop up somewhere else?
I honestly don't remember. All right, we're going to go to this one right here. We'll come back to that one. Okay, let's rewrite it as an exponential. I have a base of 25 raised to the exponent of x equals 5 square roots of 5. Okay, I'm going to leave this alone for a second. 25 to the x power. Can I rewrite this square root of 5 as 5 to the 1/2 power? So I have 5 to the first power times 5 to the 1/2 power. What do you do with your exponents when your bases are the same? You add them. Okay, so on the right-hand side over here, I can make this 5 to the 3/2, because 1 plus 1/2 is 3/2. Can I rewrite 25 as 5 to a power? It's 5 squared, right? And then I have that x there.
And then you can take away the 5s and 2x equals 3.
Yep, then you can take away the 5s because the bases are the same. And 2x will equal 3/2. Multiply by 2? Is that what you said? You're close. Divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2. So x equals 3/4. All right, we're going to go back up to the first one. Yep, because I didn't like Mark's order. If I had started with this one, I feel like y'all would have cried. Okay, so I have a base of 9, an exponent of negative 2/3 equals an argument of x. What? Well, it gives you a decimal. If you type it in the calculator, is that what you're saying? Yeah, you can try it. Type in the calculator and see what it says. I really don't know. I don't know what it's going to tell you.
It's a decimal of 0.231.
I like that.
And if you try to make it a fraction,
It does not work.
it doesn't work.
Why?
Sad day.
Oh my God. You just do that whole thing over one.
The whole thing over one? No.
It'll be fine.
But if you don't have a calculator, all right, what do you do when there's a negative exponent? Make it a fraction. So this is 1 over 9 to the 2/3 power.
And then we can make that into the.
Okay, I wrote that in the wrong place. Don't hate me. Hang on, I have to find my whiteout. This is why you don't write your pen. Sorry. I'm going to write it like this. Sorry. I know I was wrong. I'm sorry. You should have yelled at me. Don't yell at me now, though.
No, because I'm gonna yell you on the wall and then everyone just looks at me like, I'll shut up.
No, I need someone to yell at me sometimes. All right. So just like right here, our square root became a 1/2. I'm going to go the other direction. I'm taking my fraction exponent and I'm going to make it a root. So this is going to be a cubed root of 1 over 9 squared. See, aren't you glad I didn't start with this one? Okay, now ignore that really ugly root for a second, and we're going to square this fraction. What's 1 squared? 9 squared is 81. So this is the cubed root of 1 over 81.
Oh, that's our answer.
And that is our answer.
It is a fraction.
It's not.
It's an actual.
It's not.
So, so if I'm taking a test and I leave my answer as 9 to the negative 2/3, or
The directions would be more specific on a test or a quiz. Or it would probably be a multiple choice question. Right? Okay. This one right here. I know, it's making you a little dizzy. Me too. We have ln of x plus 3 equals 5. Yep, so that's log base e. So my base is e. My exponent is 5 equals my argument of x plus 3. And what am I solving for? X. So what do I do? Subtract the 3. So x equals e to the 5th power minus 3. So on your calculator, do e to the 5th power minus 3. And hopefully you got 145.413. All right, last one. So we have log base 2 of 9 equals x plus 2. On all of these, they told us to rewrite them as an exponential. So I have 2 raised to what exponent? X plus 2 equals 9. Can I rewrite 9 as 2 to a power?
Oh, wait.
No, that is not.
No, 2 to the third power is 8.
Isn't 3 to the second possible?
3 squared is 9, but that isn't a base of 2.
Oh.
So we're still struggling. Okay, what did we do last time when we couldn't do this? Get it wrong. You plugged it in and we graphed it. So put 2 to the x plus 2 into y1 and 9 into y2 and find the intersection.
Oh, the white.
I'm so scared. It's just no, hang it. See it's 1.16 million. Oh, really nice. 1.17, is that it? Yeah.
Okay, we're rounding to the nearest thousandth.
Darn.
So 1.170.
You have to put the 0 for it.
Yes, you have to put the 0 for it to be rounded to the nearest thousandth. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this without the calculator. Well, not without the calculator, but without graphing it. Okay, so let's go back right here to the beginning where we have log base 2 of 9 equals x plus 2. I'm going to use the change of base formula to figure out what log base 2 of 9 is. So I'm going to do log 9 divided by log 2. Yep, and then subtract 2. So log 9 divided by log 2 is 3.170. And if you subtract 2 from that, you should get the same answer, 1.170. Should be the same thing. We just solved it a different way. Okay, you have a yellow day 1 homework that you can begin working on. I am going to pass back your tests so you can look at those. Yeah.